해도 되죠?
녹음할게요.
잠시만요. 잠시만. I'm fearless. I'm fearless. 어때요? 괜찮았어요?
네네. 네, 될 것 같습니다.
네, 수고하셨습니다. 수고하셨습니다.
전 이거 춘으로 되겠지?
고칠 수 있어. 고칠 수 있어.
Should we ask if we can have a different member sing that part?
I'm fearless. Welcome to Who's Their Fearless Season 2. So you know your favorite K-pop songs by heart, but do you know who really made that happen? And today we're diving into the hidden world of music production, from song selection to the final export. Let's meet the people behind the scenes who bring K-pop to life. We have JJ, an A&R expert who started at JYP and now works in music publishing. Next, we have John Kim, a producer and engineer who runs Studio JSK here in Seoul. Last but not the least, finally, we have Sophia, a producer, vocal director, and composer behind K-pop favorites. Welcome, welcome. So all of you are so amazing here. I'm so flattered to be here, you know. What is A&R? What do you do exactly? Can you tell us what A&R is all about?
What is it all about? Okay.
It's artists and repertoire.
You know better than me.
Yeah.
You can just go
I
ahead.
know. Yeah, so A&R is artists and repertoire,
yeah.
but what do you do?
So there's kind of two different sides. Like if you work in a entertainment company, you're basically putting together the albums for artists, for idols. So you're picking the songs, you're taking the artist to the recording session. Sometimes you're even splitting the parts between the members.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You do have to do
Yeah,
that.
you're handling contracts and like negotiating track fees with the writers who wrote them. And then on the publishing side, we're like the opposite, where we're selling songs to companies. Like, we think this song would be really good for your artist. Would you like to buy it? That's what I do now.
Oh, okay. Wow, how was your experience for those who started fresh like you? Was it difficult for you?
Yeah, I think because it's like on the outside, like you love the music and you love the artist, but when you actually work in a company, it's so much more than that. Like there's a lot of logistics, like contracts and negotiations, things that you have to learn business-wise.
Right, and you're so young. Did you even know the JYP artists before going into it?
I was like a big fan of like Wonder Girls and like 2PM, so like that generation.
Oh, I feel at least you did not say Stray Kids twice.
So I was like a big fan of like the early JYP artists, so yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, interesting.
Now I work
So
on
which
the
one do you
other side.
enjoy more, publishing or A&R?
I think probably like working with artists, just because like you see like a final product and it's very on schedule. Versus publishing, your writers could write a song and then like 4 years later it gets bought. So like everything takes a long time in publishing.
Who's their fearless? Okay, let's start from the very beginning. Let's say, for those who do not know, I belong to an idol group. I'm a new person, right? So first of all, how do I get a song? Do you search for the song, or do people constantly send songs to a company? How does it work?
Both. Some people do send songs, but usually a company has like maybe 20 like publishing companies that they trust and have worked with, that they send their leads to and work more closely with. Will invite them to sessions and things like that. But when you're like a rookie artist, like for the first like maybe 3-4 years of your career, the A&R gives you the song and you just do it. But after that, usually the artists, the A&Rs, like even like head of marketing, we all listen together. So.
Oh,
Yeah,
at the round table, just listen to the song.
Yeah.
어떻게 생각해?
Yeah,
And-
and we just give our opinions freely.
Interesting. Was there a time where you actually liked the demo, but you know the company passed on, or anything?
And there's a lot of times like that. Yeah.
Why? What's the reason usually? Just
Usually
different
the
opinions?
main reason is it sounds too similar to a different artist.
Oh.
Yeah. Like it sounds too similar to other popular song. Or like the genre like is already done by some, like drum and bass was like a thing for a whole hot minute because of like NewJeans and stuff, or like Jersey
Right.
Club. So then everybody decided they wanted to do that. So they're like, okay, that's too much of a NewJeans thing. We can't just copy the same genre. Things like that.
Right. Oh, interesting. Were there times where you heard the demo and you did not choose it, and some other artist, oh, 그 노래 아니야? And then some other artists release it? Were there?
Oh yeah, that's happened. Yeah.
진짜?
Yeah.
So
It's very common.
안 배 아파? Don't you feel like, oh, we should have got it because
Sometimes, but then every artist is so different. Like if my artist sang it, it wouldn't have come out the way that it did. Yeah.
So it also has to depends on how they present it and how they do it.
Yeah. Like.
Who's the fearless?
Can I ask Julia a question?
Yeah, of course.
You know
Thank
when
you.
So when you were a label A&R, you know when you send out leads, you say, we want this style of song, and then the actual song that comes out is
It's totally different. It's totally
the
different.
complete opposite. What's up with that?
That's a great question. I think the leads get written by the A&Rs, and then I guess the finals. I think the biggest input is usually the head producer. So, as in like the owner of the company. So either like Min Hee-jin, JYP, Bang Si-hyuk, those are the big name people who actually have the most say. So that's usually what happened.
Democracy.
Who's the fearless?
So when the artist version is very different to the demo
Yeah.
version, is that what you're asking? That's most of the time.
Most of
I
the
think.
time,
Yeah.
wow.
Just because, artists, they have to be good singers, obviously. And I've gone through different stages of thinking. Like in the beginning, I'm like, you're a singer first and foremost. You should be better at singing. But I've since come to the thought that they're not just an artist, they're a public figure.
Right.
They have to sing, they have to dance, they have to have a public persona, they have to
Variety sense.
they have to be many different things to many different people.
Right.
And so I think now I kind of approach it from a sense of, okay, let's just make it the best thing it can be that suits you and your image and your talents. You get some songwriters who are like some of the best voices that I've ever heard. And so obviously when you put a K-pop idol
Right.
against that melody, it's not going to come out the same.
Oh, I
Can't
totally
forget about the
understand.
translation part of things, right?
That's
Once
true
it goes
too.
from English to Korean, totally different
Very
song.
good point.
I mean, well, usually these days demo lyrics still don't make sense.
Oh, they still don't. Oh,
Yeah, some
really?
of them, yeah, they still don't make
아직도
sense.
그대로구나.
I feel like that's
Oh.
changed a little bit though. Like
Probably
even
got
like
better.
15 years ago, like there were more Korean producers and writers that were writing and they wanted to do it in English, right? And so it's
맞아요.
like it's all gibberish. But these days it's kind of changed, like because a lot more people are understanding English, and so the demos a lot of times the lyrics are actually so good and it gets
Right.
lost in translation. That's really unfortunate.
오, 많이 좋아졌다. Who's the fearless? What about like the design of the album and all these things? Is it done at the beginning or how does it?
Like it's different for every company, every group, obviously. But usually the production team will make the concept first, because
Oh.
like usually their release date is scheduled and everything works backward from there. So if they're like we're gonna release in July, then the concept has to fit July. Like we can't come out with like a Christmas themed album, you know. So we're like, okay, the concept's gonna be summer, and then we make the lead, and then we get the songs, and then they go into the design and the outfits and the music video. So everything goes backwards from the release date.
Ah, for bigger companies, I don't know for bigger one. I'm just curious because small companies, I don't know what. Let's say, okay, July 29 will be the release date, and then March, April, May, June. Work. Selling very fast. 갑자기 song out. Okay, concept, make the clothes, everything, music video, treat it. Oh, and we just get all so tired and say, is that the same or is like bigger companies more like well planned out?
I think it's pretty well planned out, but
좋겠다.
because so many unexpected things happen, like another group will come out with the same concept before us, and we're like, oh dang, okay, restart. So
어떻게 해 그럼?
we delete everything, start again.
Ah.
Yeah, that's happened.
근데 it's so funny. Would you say this kind of keyword and concepts are like trend also? Like it seems like at the same time, like fashion. Suddenly all of a sudden everybody will be like, oh, we want to have rose gold and rose gold everywhere. Is that same for
It's
music?
exact same with music, yeah.
Yeah, why do people have like, is it like collective mindset or what?
Maybe. I think it's because they see one group be successful with it, so they're like, okay, this sells a lot of albums, let's all do the same thing.
Ah. So you guys just delete it, that's it? Oh, 아깝다. 너무. Who's the fearless? So you told me about like how
AI.
demos and AI. Tell me about it. What do you think about it?
I have a few songs that I've written, and I am the worst singer in the world, right? But what's crazy now with the advance in AI is I can put my voice basically through a filter. So it's like the same way you can, you know, right now there's a trend on the gram where everyone's putting like the old school Japanese animation styled pictures up, right? From like Ghibli, right?
Oh,
right.
the
Like
cartoons.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Those kinds of filters, right? But the same thing exists these days for voices. So I can record something and then I put it through the filter and I sound like Drake, right? And so that's the crazy thing now because AI has become so powerful. Even recently with this group that I worked in Thailand with, I've seen that their producer does the demo and they put the voice through the AI to sound like the members before it even hits the A&R's ears, right? So they know exactly what it's gonna sound like.
Whether it fits or not also.
Exactly.
Oh, then that's gonna lower the risk of like having the outcome of like, 되게 different, right?
And you can also hear the ranges too, which is really cool because if you have the overall timbre of the voice, I know this is kind of getting technical, but if you have the overall timbre of someone's voice and you put a certain melody through it, if it sounds like unreasonably high, then you know that it's not gonna
Not
work.
for that member.
Yeah, but
or-
if it sounds like this person's normally singing, then it's gonna work. And so you can adjust your melody that way too. I don't know if you've used technology
I
like that.
have.
What do you think
So-
about AI also?
AI, I mean, I think as with most new technologies, it's a bit of a blessing, a bit of a curse.
Right.
So blessing side, so I have used it in some of the songs that I've written. So for example, when I write a male song, I put it through a male AI voice and it transforms it into something that I couldn't produce myself. So that's really, really useful. I think where the lines start to get blurred is, well, I know a lot of songwriters and producers are starting to use AI to write melodies or write
That's what I heard
tracks.
people like
Yeah.
saying AI nowadays work even better than human. What do you think? What are your opinions?
Losing our jobs.
It sucks. It's like, why are you trying to take my job? Yeah. And you know, they're really good.
Yeah.
It's a machine. Like
know.
it can put in 12 hours. But
you still
at
need
some
somebody
point,
to
you
do it,
do.
right?
At this point, I think you still
Yeah,
do.
you do. You
But I feel like
absolutely
at
do.
some point it'll get to a stage where humans aren't really needed at
For
all,
production.
which is a little bit scary. Does AI belong in creative fields like this? I don't know.
Right.
It's a big question.
That's a very, oh my
I think
goodness.
though, just to add on to that though, is AI. It's human learning, right? So it's based on human input where it learns, and so I think that there will always be a need for human creativity because there are so many things that are still untapped. It seems like everything's been done already, but what's crazy is you have someone doing something totally new that you could have never thought of. Like the whole Kendrick Lamar thing is totally new. It's like I feel like it hasn't been done in the same way, in a way that the AIs would be able to create something like that. You know what I mean? And
So AI still has its creative limit, you would say.
I would say so.
Who's the fearless? What was the fastest in A&R, like an idol ever produced from demo, bam, 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 release?
It has to at least take months.
At least for idols?
Yeah.
You kiss one man 했는데.
Oh wow.
That's why we failed. Were there times where idols actually like 녹음하다가 I can't do it anymore and cry breakdown?
I never say 한 번 더 because it's never 한 번 더. I always say 두 번 더.
I'm always like, 진짜 마지막이에요. 이번에
So
진짜
all
마지막.
of you have a different style.
Or else if you degrade them, they're gonna start crying. Like,
You should get away, get